Chair. Mr. Chairman.
Phil Twyford.
Thank the Minister and the Chair, Chester Borrows, for at least standing up and responding to some of the questions and criticisms that have been levelled at this bill in the course of this debate. But I have to say that to simply get up and say, in response to real substantive questions about the bill that have been debated publicly, to simply get up and say, well, that's the advice that the Minister has had from officials, is simply not good enough. And I don't blame the Minister, he's sitting there, he's got advice in front of him, but I do blame the Honourable Judith Collins for remarks that I can only interpret as being utterly disingenuous when she says that they have to delay the implementation of local alcohol policies by 12 months because small councils simply won't be ready. And she completely overlooks the fact that the provisions in the bill on local alcohol policies give councils the option to implement local alcohol policies. No one's going to be forced to do it. Big or small councils, it doesn't matter. The law is the same throughout New Zealand, not as she misleadingly suggests that if we were to not have the 12-month delay, then it would create a kind of haphazard situation with certain councils doing one thing and other councils doing another. The very nature of the local alcohol policies are that it gives communities the freedom that they are asking for to develop local solutions. And I cannot understand why the government has been so obstinate in insisting that there is a 12-month delay. It will mean that councils will have to wait up to 16 months before their communities get the benefit of these policies. And I can only think that either the government is trying to shield the liquor industry from the effect of giving councils the powers to regulate at the local level, and if that's the case, it would be completely shameful. The only other explanation that I can think of is that it is just another example of the kind of pig-headed hostility that this government exhibits towards the Auckland Council, and the fact that it's Mayor Len Brown and the Auckland Council who have responded to the acute social problems at street level caused by alcohol abuse and drunkenness, particularly in central Auckland, for a long time now. And I want to quote from the New Zealand Herald editorial from October the 27th, which talks about the fact that the Auckland Council has responded to these social problems. They've worked with police cooperation. They've drawn up a local alcohol policy to be implemented as soon as possible. A key feature is instant fines for breaching liquor bans. The local initiative awaits only the passage of this bill, and now it must be postponed, and as the Herald says, and all for no good reason. The Herald goes on to say it makes no sense to claim that there must be a time frame that small councils can meet. Many of these small councils will see no need for such an alcohol policy, and under this bill they have the freedom to choose whether they do it at all, and if so, and if they do choose to do it, when they do it. The government's approach, says the Herald, is the more baffling in that, having largely sidestepped alcohol reform with this bill, it can, through local policies, transfer future responsibility to councils. The delay simply underlines the unwillingness of this government to act decisively on the issue of alcohol reform. And that's from the New Zealand Herald, sir. And I think that it is a real shame that one of the few decent things that remain in this bill, after years of work by the Law Commission, after intense public debate, and political attention to this issue, one of the few decent things to have survived the absolute gutlessness of the national government's approach to alcohol reform are these local alcohol policies. The Auckland Council has been working overtime to develop a local response. It is waiting on the passage of this bill, and for some unknown reason it is going to have to wait 16 months before the people of Auckland and any other communities around New Zealand who want to take advantage of the local alcohol policies, they're going to have to wait 16 months from the day that this bill becomes law before provisions like one-way revolving doors, maximum opening hours, before instant fines for breaches of liquor bans, before any of those things, the number and location of new liquor outlets.
Ian Lees Galloway.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.